help with trying to load the car onto the trailer. U-Haul trailers and low cars do not go together.
I've done my, like, all of this effort and hours and stress and headache that I'm doing. That windshield banner will make it all worth it.
They see value in what our drivers and our team have built. I love that. So thanks so much to them.
So we just finished up the first session. Track felt good, very smooth, not crazy technical with the exception of the back of the track and the kink itself. The name of the game here is getting on throttle as early as possible. There's a lot of straightaways where the corners really rely on that exit. And the issue that we were having on exit is the car was in the rear, hopping a bit much. We disconnected the rear bar, went up 2 clicks all around in rebound and compression in front and rear. And we have about 30 minutes until free practice 2, and we'll see what we did to the changes and how the car reacts to it. We're about to go up for free practice 2. We tightened the car up 2 clicks all around on compression and rebound, and we disconnected the rear sway bar. The car was hopping a little bit on exit. We're hoping that this helps settle the car a little bit better so we can get on throttle earlier. But overall, nothing to complain about. I mean, we made it. That's half the battle. How you feeling, Pimp?
Tired, exhausted, wishing I was on track.
How you feeling, Pimp? we just finished up session 2. Everything's looking really good. We found like 4.5 seconds, but we're still having some issues with the session lengths are getting kind of, it's not that they're short, but so far this is the second black flag in the run group, and both times it was because another car's wheel came off. So not sure what's up with that, but after this we're going straight to qualifying. The only slight concern that we had was into, I forgot which corner it is, but into a hard braking zone. On downshifts we're getting a little bit of smoke. We did all sorts of checks just to see if it's anything totally obvious. This evening we'll do another oil change and see kind of what we see. But we checked the catch can. Catch can looks clean. We're hoping it's nothing. We'll see how it goes though. In about an hour we're gonna do the qualifying.
You didn't mess around with any wheels, right?
Just tighten them just to double check. Huh?
Let me go right here.
All right, see ya.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Remember, seconds, not milliseconds.
Okay.
Street modified, as you see them rolling out now. This is a really interesting category, right? Because it's not quite unlimited. You can do a lot to these cars. You can do pretty heavy engine mods on these cars. You can add a ton of aero, and you get really wild-looking cars in this class, and some that are a bit more conservative builds. We're still working on that glitch that where drivers without times are showing up at the top, but we'll get that sorted for you a little bit later. Matthew Santos, the 29, Zhao, and then Hoffman is in the 145, and Declan Hoffman in the white WRX STI. On track right now. In
So we finished qualifying 1, found some more time. But still need to find a way to squeeze 2 seconds. It started getting really greasy. We ended up in P9. And so tomorrow we're gonna drop the tire pressure. I came in a bit early once it started to get really greasy, the track and the tires themselves, to try to reserve them for tomorrow. That's sick. Nicholas just got in the saloon. Oh yeah. This is... It's like an organized street life out there. Goodness. Jeff and I were talking about how Atlanta, Georgia has this takeover group called Pink Flamingo. and they're actually extremely tasteful. And I'm like, man, that's like organized crime. Street life down in South Florida is just disorganized crime. On this Corvette, but dude, look, we drove him up.
So, after today, how do you feel in terms of potentially doing next season with a specific different platform?
For starters,
Cough, S650.
for starters, we're finding a trailer. So we rented out a U-Haul trailer, and one of the things about this class that we didn't know, we were literally coming in this weekend. We decided on Wednesday at like 3 p.m. that we were gonna compete, and the challenge that we had that we didn't know
I
about,
knew.
You
You
knew about
didn't
the
know.
tire.
I told you this months ago.
Okay, so basically, the class for rear-wheel drive limits you to a 285 and a 200 tread wear. The Mustang right now is on an 18x11 square wheel setup, which we prioritize a thicker sidewall, and then we stiffen up the entire car in terms of suspension. Whereas this weekend, to me it came as a shock that we had to go down to a 285 and the sidewall is a 30. So what that means is that instead of a stiff car and thick sidewall, we had to do small sidewall, so stiff sidewall, stiff tire, and a loose car. So literally the gap between the top of the tire to the fender is like 3 fingers, but the car's on the ground. It's crazy. But to answer your question, I'd probably prioritize things a little bit differently. So right now we're competing with Aero, and whatever, I guess 285. We'd have to make more power, and it's going to be tough to do with a manual transmission. The MT82 I've really not had crazy amount of issues with, but with temperature this weekend, I don't know if it's the fact that the brakes and the clutch share the same reservoir, but I was getting a little bit of grinding, and I mean I shift like a grandma, and so for us to have issues like that, I mean you're not going to want to set yourself up for an entire season on an MT82. Right, so we'd have a Tremec with the Dark Horse, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see how good that Tremec is. Worst case scenario, we'd swap to a dual clutch, but we try to maximize a little bit more of what we have within the rules. I think the Mustang is like making 450. Right, so the Mustang's making 450, and the top runners of the class are making what?
High 5.6s.
High 5.6s. What? Dual clutches, like automatics, or?
General 5.6s. Not too many people are in the 4s in the street, 1.5.
Yeah, so we'd have to see where we want to prioritize, in the build. Obviously, Aero is going to be a big one. We're gonna have to read the rules on active Aero.
Not allowed.
Not allowed. Well, regardless, we're gonna put it down on pen and paper and see, how we can be more competitive. Jeff somehow manages to book the bougiest hotel in all of South Carolina. Jeff the Finesser.